Hello, Ms. Ryan here, and today we are going to work on drawing boxes using two-point perspective. In my past lesson, we had worked on creating boxes using only one-point perspective, and we were able to draw several boxes below, above, and even on the horizon line. So a few things that you're going to need today is a ruler, number 2 pencil, an eraser, or the eraser on top of your pencil will be just fine as well. If you do not have access to this paper from my worksheets, you will create your own worksheet with just a simple blank sheet of white paper. Take our ruler, somewhere within the middle of our page we will do edge of paper, edge of ruler, create a horizon line, and then at one side I will just press to create one vanishing point, and on my left side I will press again to create my second vanishing point. So I have one here and one there. One thing you want to remember while you're creating your boxes is to try to draw lightly, because you will be erasing some of your lines as you go. Now, in past lessons, we talked about 3 types of lines that we would be using. One was a horizontal line, a line that goes east to west, left to right, and always parallel to all other horizontal lines. And in order to do that, we would use our edge of paper, edge of ruler. Due to the fact that the ruler and the paper both have 90-degree angles on their edges, we are able to line those up and help ourselves get those parallel lines. We also learned about vertical lines. And again, vertical lines must be parallel to all other lines like it. And vertical lines are lines that go up and down and are parallel to all other vertical lines. So we must use edge of paper, edge of ruler. And our last line that we learned, we talked about, was a diagonal, but specifically what we called an orthogonal line. And that was a line that went on an angle across your page. But the thing about orthogonal lines is they always run to the vanishing point. So today we'll be going to the left vanishing point and to the right vanishing point using our orthogonal lines. So let's get started. So the first thing I want to draw using one-point perspective is the corner, the edge of my box. So if I am looking at my box, and in my perspective, I am visualizing the box from the corner. When we did our boxes in one-point perspective, we were facing the box, and we were looking at the front rectangle of that box. But here we are actually looking at the corner, so it's this edge. So what we see is these orthogonal lines that are parallel running away from us. So we would have a line going this way and a line going that way to a separate vanishing point. So let's start off with that vertical line. So I'm going to find a spot on my page here, and I'm going to make sure that I am using edge of paper, edge of ruler. And I'm just going to draw a random sized line, no measuring needed. So that's step 1. Draw yourself a vertical line. Step 2, I'm going to take those vertical lines and I'm going to put my pencil point in the top of that vertical line. Make sure my ruler is lying across my right vanishing point, and I'm going to draw my line to my right vanishing point. Take my pencil point at the bottom of my line, and I'm going to draw that orthogonal line back to that vanishing point. Now I need to go to this side and do the same thing. So I'm going to take, and I'm going to draw from the top of my ruler here, and I'm going to put my pencil point in my corner, make sure it's laying across the vanishing point, and draw my line to the vanishing point. From the bottom of my line, again, back to my vanishing point. And I have this. So that's step 2, creating those orthogonal lines. Step 3 is we will now draw the back vertical lines that we have to create our box. So this is the distance that my box goes away from me, and I'm going to make sure I'm using a vertical line using edge of paper, edge of ruler. Simply between the two orthogonal lines, I'm going to draw a vertical line. I'm going to come over to this side, making a decision where I'd like to draw it, how long I'd like to have my box, and do the same thing, edge of paper, edge of ruler, vertical line between those two orthogonal lines. Now my last step is I'm going to draw the top edges of my box. I will have one coming from this point and one from that point. When I draw the one from my left side, I will draw it to the right vanishing point. So pencil point in a corner, make sure it's hitting the vanishing point, and draw that one back. Take from the top of this vertical line, which is the back edge of my box, pencil point in the corner, and have that run back to my vanishing point. When you get really good at drawing these boxes, whether you're doing 1-point or 2-point perspective, when you lay that ruler on those orthogonal lines across that vanishing point, if you feel pretty confident that that line would touch there, you wouldn't have to draw all the way back, and the less erasing that you would have to do. So the last part would be to go ahead and erase any of the lines that I do not want, and that would be my remaining orthogonal lines. Now I've completed my box in 2-point perspective. Let me just show you a few examples here of a few boxes I drew. Here's one that's below the horizon line. As you notice, we will see two sides here. We'll see, well, the front side, and then we'll see this side here to the right, and we'll also see the top of the box. When I draw across my horizon line, I only see that front and this right side of my box. I do not see the top, and I do not see the bottom of the box. And here, this box that I have above the horizon line, kind of floating in the air as it would appear, I would have that front edge, that side, and the bottom of my box. So for your lesson, I want you to practice this and create 6 boxes using 2-point perspective. Take care and happy drawing.